had an amazing win after doing a one-on-one session with Meir.
I just completed a 7-day seminar. It was the most amazing week of my entire life.
Okay, so I just did my 4th seminar with Meir. Quite incredible.
This was the best webinar I've ever been on. I've handled an issue that I've been carrying with me for 10 years.
It's improved relationship with my husband, with my children.
Another valuable coaching session with Meir. It's really incredible to have somebody with you on your side.
Thank you so much, Meir, for that amazing reawakening.
If anyone follows even a bit of what he's been saying, it's going to be a different life for them.
Meir has taught such hugely valuable information to me. He really is truly a world expert in what he does.
Join this program, the value is just like wow.
From session 1, it was boom, boom, boom.
Be a part of the classes that Meir teaches. It is absolutely incredible.
I love you, Meir, and I love you, Guaranteed Prosperity.
Thank you so much for all that you do.
You go from here, but automatically through the ceiling.
You need to get into the class. Come join. It starts with you.
We just finished a great, amazing seminar, and so many barriers inside of me shattered.
There is free happiness, free success, and lots of money coming your way. So come to the seminar.
Okay, hello everyone. Hello. We are on the Mind Camp Part 6. It's a special program today. We're going to talk about God. Are you ready? So Part 6, 20 July 2025. And here we go. We are starting. So welcome to your 6th out of 13 Mind Camp session of the GPU University. No recording, please. Nothing I said today is true unless, of course, it is true for you. Don't let me move from point A to point B before you understand point A. So we have the chat, and the purpose of the chat is to be in communication with me, to participate, to ask me questions, not just sit there and agree or disagree, but actually understand. I don't really care if you agree or disagree, but I do care if you understand, because most of the people, when they don't understand, they simply either don't agree robotically or they agree robotically. In both cases, they deteriorate. I want to help you to improve. So ask questions. Do we have an agreement? Yes, 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 yes. Very nice. Excellent. Okay. The Mind Camp sessions are composed of short sections of theory followed by super powerful drills. That's what we do usually on the Mind Camp sessions. Those drills need to be executed exactly as instructed, as any change you will do will cause not the expected results, and that may be problematic for you. During the drills, you are expected to do the drills, nothing else, only the drills. It is not time for questions. Questions are before. The questions you will get are part of the manifestations of the drill. And hence, don't let me start the drill if you did not fully understand the drill. Are you with me? Yes. Excellent. Perfect. Now, to get results, you must be rested at least 8 hours of sleep. It's really recommended. Eat well just before the class. No alcohol at least 24 hours before the class, and no drug at least a week before the class. Have no interruptions or possible interruptions. Phones off, all alarms, notification, etc. off. Be in a space no one can come and interfere. Or in short, you need an environment that will allow you to have all your attention on the class. Your viewpoint should be, I'm totally willing to confront my condition, and I'm willing to fully communicate with Meir. How do you communicate with me? Number 1, with the chat, but number 2, there's a senior communication. You can communicate with me. You don't need a comm line. Are you with me? Okay. Perfect. So what makes anything valuable? What makes anything valuable? our viewpoint on it yet. Making it scarce. The value placed on it, yes. Love. The value you give to it. Okay. So the only thing that make anything valuable if it is scarce. You want a girlfriend? She's scarce. The moment that she become your wife, she's not scarce anymore, so she is not valuable anymore, and you start to find faults with her. Are you with me? You have your body. It's not scarce. It's not really valuable. It gets sick. Oh, believe me, it's scarce. It become extremely valuable. Now you're taking care of your body. Are you with me? So you need to make things scarce in order to make them valuable. Okay. If you have $100 billion in the bank, money is not valuable for you because it's not scarce. Yes? Now, you never lack a viewpoint true. You never don't know what to do. There is not a moment in your life that you don't know what to do. Even if you say, I don't know what to do. How do I know? Because you do something. True or false? There is never a void, no data, no clue. There is no situation where there is nothing, no data, nothing, total void. You always have data. Are you with me? Even if you do nothing, you do. No one ever do nothing, by the way. No one ever do nothing. To do nothing, it means to be motionless. Even when you are dead, you are not motionless. The atoms don't stop moving when you die. The bodies continue to disintegrate. Your mind do not go away. Your viewpoint definitely don't. Are you with me? Have a look. Does it actually ring true? Does it make sense to you? You always have data. Always, always, always. There is never nothing. So, and hence, the only questions are, how many parts of life does what you know help? And how many does it damage? So the first question, how much of what you know, how much of the data, how much of the knowledge help and how much damage? So you have a certain amount of knowledge, okay? So this is all your knowledge. Now, what percent of this knowledge you actually using to help and what percent you're doing nothing with, which means you destroy? There is never zero. Everything is either helping or destroying. I either love you or hate you. There is never zero. I'm either your friend or your enemy. In this universe, there is never a zero. You always taking side. True or false for you? Nothing is zero, not 99.999999999%. It's 100%. Okay? So the question is, number one, how much you used to help and you don't want to admit how much you used to hate. It can be 50-50. No, you at any given moment, you are either putting your attention on plus or on minus. If you could get to 50-50, you would be God, and that's why we are going to talk about God. At any given moment, you're either 100% helping, your attention is either on help or on destruction. Your intention is either to help or to destroy. And the question is now, how much of the knowledge you're using to help and how much you're using to destroy? Now, you don't want to say that you destroying. So you say, no, look, I'm helping. And you need to show proofs. You need to show proof that you're helping. Otherwise, if you will be 100% helping, you use your knowledge to 100% helping, and there is such a condition, you will become God. Because God is a person that everything is helping. So everything mean all the other lives, all the machines, all the animals, all the plants, all the life forms, all the everything. So for this person, for God, he sees someone that's sick and he can heal him. Are you with me? So how many parts of life does what you know help, and how many does it damage? How fast that what you know help, and how fast that is destroy. So you can take a piece of data and use it in such a way that it will help in another 2 lifetimes. Not really good, yes? Oh, I will make money when I will be 99 years old. Too slow, you understand? Or I will apologize when I will be 2000 years old. Too late. And how much of each of those parts that you know helps? So how many parts and how much in these parts do you help? Do you cure 10% or 90%? Do you help 5% for that person, or do you help him 100%? Are you with me? So we've got how many, how fast, and how much. Everyone with me? Okay. And hence, help is born from knowledge, correct data, and destruction comes from fake realities, faulty data. If you want to help, you need correct data, and if not, you will destroy. If you're a mechanic and you know how to fix the car, you have the correct data, you will fix the car. And if not, the car will be broken. If you are a businessman, if you are a man that understands relationships, you have the correct data about relationships, the majority of your relationships or all your relationships will improve. And if not, they will deteriorate. True or false? So you help to the degree that the data that you're using is correct. If you have incorrect data, faulty data will result in destruction, and good data will result in help. So far, so good? Now, you always know. This much is plain. The only question that remains is, do you know right or do you know wrong? The problem is never that you don't know. The problem is that you know wrong. You have faulty data. It's not that you don't know. You always know. But the question is, do you know right or do you know wrong? Every time you had a problem, you knew wrong. When people had superstition, it's not that they didn't know. They were sure that they are the most advanced civilization on earth 200 years ago. Like 200 years from now, people would look at us and say they were so stupid. What does it mean they were so stupid? They knew wrong. But each generation is sure that he's 100% right. Because men have very, very hard time in actually knowing what is right and what is wrong, because they always know. So when you know if it's you know wrong or you know right, it's for you, it's the same. You know, how do I know? Is because you want to be right. You want to be right. It's more important for you than doing the right thing. So far, so good? Now, when do you know wrong? When is it that you know wrong? How do you know that you know wrong? When will it happen that you will know wrong? Because you want to know right. You want to learn the right thing. You want to bring results. So when do you know wrong? No result. This is the result of when you know wrong. But what's happened? Why don't you know right? When I don't get good result, yes. So all this thing about results is after the fact. Guess? When do you know wrong? Fake reality, lack of data, false data. This is really interesting. In a rigged game, you will know wrong. If the game you played is built in such a way to cheat you, you cannot know right. You will know wrong. If the game you play, they're giving you a card that tell you, look, the car works perfectly, but actually the brakes are not working and they cheat you. You will have an accident, you know wrong. If they tell you, look, everyone have the same opportunity, but somehow someone cheating in the game and they somehow bribe someone, you will know wrong. Whatever you will do will not bring the expected result because you don't actually understand the game. The game is rigged. Are you with me? The manifestation will be no results. But the reason you, the spirit, the things that know, all of a sudden know wrong is because the game is rigged and you cannot even conceive that someone will rig the game. You cannot conceive that the game is rigged. Are you with me? So the interesting thing is that you are so good that if you destroy, the game is rigged all along. So in a rigged game, you will know wrong. If you destroy, the game is rigged all alone. But in your own game, you always create. You will know right. You stand. You cannot make mistakes. A game can be rigged only if it is not your own game. How a game become not your own game? You say, it wasn't me. He did that to me. When you fail to take responsibility, when you start to blame, when you criticize, when you find fault with other people, when anyone or anything is the reason for your bad condition, you're playing a game that is not your own game. And so the game can and will be rigged. It cannot happen in your own game. If you know wrong, you are not thinking for yourself. You are not source. Are you with me? You are just robotically acting. It is not your game. Okay. So far, so good? Okay, so those are the principles. This is what I want you to know as the principles. The truths that shape, the laws that bind, the compass edge beyond your mind. This is what we're dealing with. This whole thing about the game is rigged. You always know. It's the thing that I want you to think with when I'm teaching you the next part. Okay. Now, who believes in God or know there is God, regardless of who is God? It's never mind if you are Jewish, Christian. Okay. Who does not believe in God or does not know there is a God, regardless of who is God? Like, who is atheist? Like, don't believe. No one. Okay. That's an interesting group. Everyone believe in God. Everyone know there is God. Okay, perfect. Those that don't believe or know God usually believe or know science, nature, the universe, the stars. They believe or know something. So even those that don't believe in God have a God. It's just they call their God science or the Big Bang. They believe in banging. Okay. So far, so good. But they still believe, yes? You never know or believe in nothing. You never know or believe in nothing. Do you agree? Yes. Regardless, let's call that thing you believe in or know God, just for this drill. Agreed? Just for this drill, let's call it God, even if you don't want to call it God, even if you find it hard, even just for this drill, okay? Now, most find it hard, nearly impossible to face pure good and still stay sane. Most find it hard, nearly impossible to face pure good and still stay sane. And I need to prove it to you because you don't believe that it's true. You don't believe that it's true. I will tell you why later, but first I will prove it to you. Here is the proof. Here is the proof. Any soul who walked this earth, who shone with only light, was crowned as one of two, either a target or a god. I'll give you a few examples, okay? Jesus, was he good or bad? Only good, no? Extremely good. Preach love, forgiveness, and the kingdom of God. He was crucified by the state and religious elite. Later on, he was worshipped as God by billions. So he was a target. Why is it? Because most find it hard, nearly impossible to face pure good and still stay sane. I'll give you a few more examples. Socrates, on the other side, spoke truth and questioned authority, sentenced to death, taught through questions, exposing ignorance and moral decay, condemned for corrupting youth and empathy, which mean the word empathy means to take something really holy and make it unholy, or having no respect to authority. Drank poison willingly. Do you understand? He was only good, and he became a target. Martin Luther King, was he good or bad? Good. Let's have a look at the target, Martin Luther King. Non-violently advocating for civil rights, assassinated. Led the civil rights movement through non-violence and spiritual strength, vilified by institutions, assassinated in 1968, later honored with a national holiday. People cannot face good. Joan of Arc, claimed divine vision and led armies. She was burned at the stake. Burned at the stake. She was only 17 years old when she led the French army to decisive victories, not victory, victories, during the 100 Years' War, particularly at the Siege of Orleans in 1429. Despite being a teenager with no formal military training, she claimed to be guided by divine visions and changed the course of France's history. One of the most extraordinary feats ever achieved at such a young age. Captured, tried as heretic, which means also a person that holds religious belief in conflict with the dogma of the Roman Church, okay, or the Roman Catholic Church. So she captured, tried as heretic, and burned at the stake. She later on become a saint. Centuries later. Canonized later. Canonized meaning to become, to make someone holy, or to work someone like you work a god, to make her a god. Are you with me? This is really unbelievable, yes? If you thought that being good will not make you target, think again. Malcolm X spoke truth from within a divided society, assassinated, spoke fiercely for black dignity, truth, and self-defense, targeted by the enemies and allies alike, assassinated in 1965. Both his friends and his enemies were against him. He was too good. You will not believe it, that being too good will make you either a target or a god. Galileo Galilei, champion of science and truth, condemned by the church, proved Earth orbited the sun, not vice versa. Branded a heretic by the church, spent final years under house arrest. Why? John Lennon, preach peace and challenge norms, shot dead, used music to challenge war, greed and apathy, shot by a fanatic in 1980. His words still echo, imagine all the people. Do you still have a doubt about if you will be all good, you will become a target or a god? People cannot confront good. People love bad. If I tell you, let's go to war, you will be with me. If I'll tell you, help me helping people, or if I'll give you a piece of truth, you will be against me. If I sell nonsense, lies that damage you, if I sell drugs, you will buy from me right, left, and center. But if I tell you, sit in a webinar, sit in a seminar, and let me get you to a point of body, like Buddha, you will say, oh, no, it's too much. It's really amazing. Now, only a few examples of a god. Of course, Buddha, Siddhartha Gautama, one who has attained Buddhi. Okay, a person who is able to reach nirvana, but delays doing so out of a compassion in order to save suffering beings. This is what Bodhi means. This is what it actually means. Buddha is a person who is able to reach nirvana, which really it's a serenity of beingness, but delays doing so out of compassion in order to save suffering beings. Are you with me? Mariah. There have been many Buddhists, and we are making sure there will be many more. But because we are doing good, we are a target. Don't make any mistake. Try to go to someone, once you've been in a webinar or in a seminar, and you're totally, whoa, you got the winds of your life, you fix your heart, you fix your whatever disease, and you go to someone and you tell him, you know, I just did it by what I know. Just by what I know. And they will find fault with what you say. They will crucify you. Renounce royalty that seek the end of suffering and indeed brought civilization to the world. Taught that man can be free in one lifetime and that he is in his best condition when he is free. Worship as the enlightened one across Asia and later on the world. Krishna of Dwarka spoke of love and duty, defied as God. I just want to give you a little bit of data on that. The Bhagavad Gita is the sacred song of God, composed about 200 BC and incorporated into something that's called Mahabharata, which is a Sanskrit epic, contains a discussion between the Indian hero Prince Arjuna and Lord Krishna, who serve as his chariot, is a driver basically, and a spiritual guide on human nature and the purpose of life. In the Gita, Arjuna faces a moral crisis on the battlefield of Kurukshetra, torn between his duty as a warrior and his compassion for those he must fight. Krishna responds by teaching him profound lessons on dharma, righteousness, duty. Karma, actions without attachment. Bhakti, devotion. Jnana, knowledge. Mukasha, liberation. This is big, big men, spirits that spoke only truth and became either target or gods. So when you have all truth, you either become a target or a god. The text blends philosophy, ethics, and spirituality and is considered one of the most important spiritual classics in the world. It teaches that one must act with integrity and devotion, surrendering the fruits of action to the divine. Now, what does it mean to be good? What does it mean to be good? Yes, nowhere is safe place for good people, actually, without knowledge. Good people without knowledge have a problem. So what does it mean to be good? Good intention. Do what helps other. To have the majority of the member of the dynamics, yes. To want to help. To help more than our cause damage, yes. To be source and cause and help continuously. Okay, very good. To be good is to deny the right of bad to exist. Chew on it. To be good is to deny the right of bad to exist. Yeah, really interesting. Now, if you simply know that bad has no right to exist, you will have no bad. The physical universe can have bad, but you will have no bad. You cannot, you don't have, if there is no right for bad to exist. And in holding that truth, you'll give rise to the idea. So you'll give rise to the idea. If you start with this thing, if you will become one of those people like Gandhi, like Buddha, like those big men, and you are not by mistake here. But if you simply has this idea, if you simply put out the idea that bad has no right to exist, I see my children and I see only good in them. It has no right to exist, whatever you mean, Kapil. You take it and you make it your own. If you look at your children and you're totally 100% sure that their intention, the spirit intention, is always good, never bad. If you look at your husband and you know that his intention is always good, if you look at your wife and you know her intention is always good, if you look at your enemy and you know that their intention is always good, the action is something else. If you will hold to this idea, others will inherit the thought and that bad does not exist. And the magic is that it will not. So in the physical universe, when you fix machines, for sure, fix the bad. But when you talk to the being, bad does not exist. That and nothing else is the secret of magic healing. Because if you have all good, you are God. Because you can heal. Because there is no bad for you. You, from a point of source, duplicate the lie, the bad, of course. So if you, from your viewpoint, look and you say, okay, I'm source, and you know that the source can bring only good, only good, only good, only good. And when something looks like bad, you fully duplicate it. And when you duplicate something, when you make a copy of something that shares the same space, the thing stops to exist. Are you with me? If you can take something and make it share the same space, it will stop to exist. If you find the truth about something, it will stop to exist. So if you fully duplicate something, if you're fully in communication with something, and you fully get 100% duplication, you find the point of creation, what come before the bad was the truth. So you will find the truth, and the bad will stop to exist. Let me show you how it works. This is time. Okay? Truth, creation, or truth is the moment of creation. Do you agree with that? Truth is the moment of creation. We can say the truth is always good. Why? Because the spirit cannot bring something bad. If I bring something around, it helps something or someone. Now, bad is a departure from good. True or false? So bad is a lie. Why? Because lie is a change from the original. Are you with me? Lie is a change from the original, which means that if I can see only good, I will see the truth, and that truth will cancel the bad. Bad is change of the original. Lies is a change of the original. So the only reason to make something bad is to add a lie. Without lies, there is no bad. The only way to make something bad is to add lies. The only time that you have something bad happening to you is because you added lies. Yes, that gives me a whole other viewpoint on misunderstood words and how it creates a distance from it. Yes, amazing, Kiana. Everyone with me so far? This is a major concept, yes? It's a major concept. From a point of source, duplicate the lie, and bad, of course. Are you with me? You duplicate the lie, the bad, of course. And by that act, you end, you as is, it sins. The bad dissolve, wiped clean. So if you take something and you make it exactly as something else, you make it as it was at the moment of creation, it will not continue because truth has no continuation. Good has no continuation. Now has no continuation. So the moment that you duplicate the lie, the moment that you say, this is a lie, and which means this is the good, you say, this is the lie. Okay, good. So let me make another duplicate of the lie. Stop the lie. You come back to the good. You realize it's a lie. You remove the lie. So the bad become the good. The lie become the truth. And what you have is life. And from the point of source, duplicate the lie, the bad, of course. And by that act, as is, it's sin. The bad dissolve, wiped clean. And the other person is left with what always stood. The origin, the truth, the pure, the good. So if you remove the lies, you'll have the truth. And the truth, God, bring good. Lies, the devil, bring bad. So for example, let's look at that. Okay, let's look at how it works. Okay, so let's look at how it works. Okay, so this is me. Okay, and this is my child, okay? And my child, I think, is doing betting, bad. So all I see is bad, okay? Now, if I really look at the bad, if I really look at what he did, let's say he broke something, let's say he behaved not nicely to his sister, and I look at this bad and I say, okay, this bad is really nothing. And the earlier bad is really nothing. And the earlier bad is really nothing. And the earlier bad is really nothing. I will arrive here to the source, to the truth, which is his intention is actually good. And if I will know that his intention is actually good, you will see that all of those things are really an effort for him to go back to truth, to go back to good. So what happened? I'll give you an example. I think some of you know the story with Neo and Hadar, yes? So my daughter, Hadar, she is the most beautiful lady in the world, and she has curly hair. Okay, so far so good. And what happened is, one day I come home, and she was, I don't know, maybe 5 years old, and Neo was 3 years old, or 4 and 6, something like that. I come home, and Neo is crying. There's a major fight between them. Why? Because Neo pulled her hair. He really liked to pull her hair. And it was really painful for her. And he really wanted to pull her hair. So now the bad thing is he's pulling her hair. He's hurting her. It's evil. He likes to make her suffer. He makes her small. He invalidates her. He suppresses her. This is all the bad. Now, I knew that before all of that, there is good. So I asked him, Neo, what is this thing that you are trying to achieve? So he looked at me like I'm stupid. And he says, like, don't you know? I said, no, I really don't know. And he says, so I said, well, what is this thing that you're trying to achieve? And he looked at me and he said, well, what, don't you know? I said, no, I really don't know. But I know that you don't try to make her suffer, and I know that you don't try to hurt her, and I know that you love her. I know it's not. So what are you trying to achieve? And he told me, well, obviously, she likes her hair to be straight. So she ironing her hair all the time. She tried to make it straight. So I'm helping her by pulling the hair. So it's a little bit painful, but not as painful as an iron. Are you with me? The intention was good. So the moment that we understand that, this is not bad anymore. This is lies. This is gone. So I sat with him and I explained to him about what's the difference between ironing and how pulling the hair will not help. And we cut a piece of hair and we let him pull it, and we showed him that it doesn't work, and we showed him how with ironing it works, and blah, 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 blah. And from that day on, it was never a problem ever again. The other person left with what always stood, the origin, the truth, the pure, the good. Are you with me? Everyone will know they're dealing with God. They're dealing with the totality of good. The moment that the person is totally good, he becomes God. Not the God, he becomes God, yes? If there is God, it seems he creates, brings something out of nothing, open heaven's gates. Is that true or not? If there is God, it seems he creates, he brings something out of nothing. He opens heaven's gates. And we assume his will is kind, pro-survival by design. For the same want voice, or softly sigh, that deep within they long to die. So when you have a sane person, he doesn't want to die, he doesn't want to succumb, he doesn't want to destroy. The sane want good. The sane is God. Are you with me? So we have God. And the uniqueness of God that is incapable of bad. It's not an option. Bad is not an option. And when you deal with good, you become God, because what is good? No bad. Bad has no right to exist. Are you with me? Bad has no right to exist. Nothing in this universe survives unless it helps or somehow drives. Everything, if it exists, it somehow helps, it somehow drives something forward. Even destroying what won't uplift, it's still a help, a needed gift. So if I destroy a disease, it still help. If I destroy an old building to build a new building, it still help. Are you with me? Most agree without a fight, the Creator's aim is birth, to bring forth light. Most agree. The same agree that good is the intention. The same agree that God is good. Even destruction, rightly viewed, serves a purpose, clears what's skewed. So even if you take destruction, to kill disease, for instance, is good, a sacred act, well understood. Creation, by definition, is unique. Something out of nothing, bold and sleek. So creation, by definition, is unique. Creation, by definition, is unique. Creation, a moment born without repeat, no echo left, no past, no future to meet. So when we talk about creation, we talk about truth. It is a moment in time. There is no echo. There's no another moment and another moment and another moment. There's no past, no future. Nothing. It is zero time. Are you with me? So it's very unique. It never comes back. It never comes back. So creation is the truth. A moment later, there is a change from the original, and you have a lie, and another lie, and another lie, and another lie, and another lie. Are you with me? Now, which means each person, each being, you see, is spatial, unique, divinely free. Each person, because we've been created, each person has been created so by this thing that we call God. So it means that each person is special and unique. There is no two, because I was created and you were created and he was created and she was created. So each creation is totally unique. There is no two the same beings. Are you with me? And I will tell you something about soulmate within a minute that will blow your mind. Just remind me if I didn't tell you. Okay. Which means each person, each being you see is special, unique, divinely free. For if all were the same, you'd not need a God, you'd need a technician or just a machine that nods. You'd not need something special. You will just go to China and you'll create more and more beings. Are you with me? You need a machine, not a God. What's the difference between a machine and God? A machine changes things that already been created by a supreme being, by a God. Now, to craft each soul with gifts so rare requires a godly, sacred care. You understand? There is a crafting of each soul with gift unique rare. It is godly. This is what's godly. But to produce the same again and again, you'd use a machine, not a god, but a dog on a chain. So God is the one who creates, not destroys, who builds, not breaks, who brings us joy. Each being he forms, each one of us is a unique creation, divine and always just. Now, those creations, those beings, are part of the thread of God's pure creation, not built to destroy, but the good to spread. I don't know if you notice that good have two God in it. It's like God, good is many God is in good. Yes? Yes, it's really amazing. It's not by mistake. Those creation, those beings are parts of the thread of God's pure creation, not built to destroy, but the good to spread. So the job of those beings, the reason you have been created is you've got a creator, a God, that put out unique beings. Each one of them has a very specific job to spread the good, to spread the God. When a lot of God has been spread, what you get is good. Are you with me? It's really like that. Which means each one of us, each unique spark is all good, a giver of light in the lie of the dark. So each one of us is all good. This is actually us. That's why I say you are perfect, and anything that is not perfect is not you. If it is not perfect, if it's not good, it's not you. You are incapable. You are incapable of bad. The actions of the body is something else, but it's not you. Yeah, it's really amazing. And so, with the good each one of us brings, to that degree, each being is godly, though not every angel show its wings. And so, with the good each one of us bring, to that degree, each being is godly, though not every angel shows its wings. So don't be surprised if you are not like Buddha and you don't show your wings. You're still godly. The purpose of all those beings, the game we play, is to assist God help goodness stay, to make creation thrive, not fall, to help the made survive it all, to make it all survive. So we have a purpose here. What we have here, you have God, and God has a plan to create good. Okay, so we have God, and He has a plan to create good. And how He's doing it, He's putting these beings, and each one of them is carrying only good. Only good. Only good. Okay? Which means that each and every soul, from the worst to the best, form part of a whole, play a unique and vital role. This whole good is the composition of that plus this plus that plus that plus that plus this. This is the org board. Are you with me? So you have a God And he has an organization that composed of many beings. Each one of them is required. It's not an option. Each one of them with all the parts of good in him is required. It's needed. If not, the organization break. This thing will not work. This thing will not work, okay? It's really an organization, yes? Each one casts from a sacred scroll. Each one holds unique presence, divine, with unique gifts by grand design. So you have a grand design. Someone create, not someone, God designed this organization chart. He designed this organization chart in such a way that this is God, and there is an actual organization chart here that each one here, each being has a very specific, unique value to bring, a specific present, and the end result of all of this is that, and the end result of all of this is that, and the end result of that, etc., 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 and the end result of here is freedom. Are you with me? Each one with unique traits in constellations, godly particles meant for contributing to God's creation. So you are not playing some kind, I will explain freedom from what? I will explain within a moment. I'm getting to that, but it's a very good question. Very good question. Very smart question. Each one with unique traits in constellation, godly particles meant for contributing to God's creation. So you have this commitment with the Creator. You have an agreement. You have an actual agreement. And I don't want to go too wild on you, but you have an agreement with God, let's say, okay? Or more correctly, you are part of the Confederacy, and you have very specific tools. You have very specific tools and weapons you got, and those weapons are weapon of good. It's not weapon to kill. It's weapon to bring life. And now it's your job to bring your end result, to bring your product, to bring your product, to bring your product. And you will never get out of this and go to the next game before you actually brought about with everyone else the product of this specific game. So everyone is looking for the soulmate. But there is no such thing as a soulmate. Everyone is a team. Everyone is a soulmate. You are here because you basically can think about each being as a piece of a puzzle, and the piece of the puzzle is built in such that every part of the puzzles are required in order to make the whole picture. And before you have the whole picture, you are stuck in an endless game of trying to make up the picture. Are you with me? When those godly particles are absent, lacking or thin, solidity hardens and matter straps us in. Things take form, existence turns grim, and we are imprisoned, confined within. When you don't bring the expected result on your post in the organization structure of God, things become bad, things become difficult, things become heavy for you because you are playing in a game that is not designed by you. This is your game. Are you with me? You are being let's say a policeman, but you're playing a criminal. You are being a father, but you're playing a gambler. You in one game, in God's game, the game of good, and you somehow go and play the games of bad. When those godly particles are absent, lacking otin, solidity hardens, and matter traps us in. Things take form, existence stands grim, and we are imprisoned, confined within. So instead of you knowing that you putting the things there, and that's how something become valuable, things are solid, and they give you value. So this is your game. The game of good is your game. When you play a game of bad, oh, how bad it is. Look what happened to me. I'm tired. I'm weak. I'm bad. I've done something bad. I am doing something bad. Any one of those things is not your game. Your game is the game of good. Each one of us bears a divine allocation. You bear it. It's something you carry. You have, this is a job. Unique presence, unique traits, pure particles, godly foundation. So each one of us has this job to complete this puzzle, to complete this picture, so we can be whole. A signature, a spark that never repeated. It's only you. A blueprint of good. The game itself needed. So the game itself, this game, this thing that we're playing, this organization, this puzzle, it needs your unique thing. And for as long as it's not there, the game will not be done. No one else holds what you've been inspired. This is the level of responsibility. No one can give what God in you wired. Do you understand? We are all soulmates, 100%. That's why there's 7 dynamics, 8 dynamics, and not just you and another person. Those godly particles, they are required. Required for what? Those godly particles are required, but required for what? We will shortly discover. Okay? To do good, yes. All those unique pieces are godly seeds, particles of good, divine in their deeds. All those unique pieces of godly seeds, particles of good, divine in their deeds. So you will see that when you've got someone that wants to destroy you, he tells you you are not source, you are not good, you are bad. That's why to improve anyone, you need to find what's good with them, not what's bad with them. Yeah. Good is what brings welcome, adore, what lifts, helps, builds, what opens the door of heavens. And so creation cannot be bad. If it was created, if it was made, the intent was to help, to bring good. So if something has been made, if it's here, the intent was to bring good. Somehow it messed up in the way because you don't actually bring the good. You're playing a different game. If it helps, it's been created, made anew. If it was made, it always helps too. So this is something you really need to know. If it helps, it is being created, made anew. You make it, you create it, you create it. If your relationship is good, it's because you create your relationship, you create your relationship. If your business is good, it's because you create your business. If the deal is good, it's because you create the deal. If your body is good, it's because you create the body. Are you with me? Actually, you will see that the only way to get old is to get out of creation, to get out of present time. And so the period that you are out of present time is the period when you become old. And one day you look at yourself and you say, whoa, I got old. You are out of present time. That's how people get old. Are you with me? You close your eyes for a second, you stop being in present time for a second, and you become old. So what is bad? What is bad? What is bad? Anything that is not good. Bad is a lie. Ignoring the good. Very good, very good. Lie. Bad is the absence where good once stood. The hollowed space. The lack of good. Bad is the absence where good once stood. So it starts with good. Neo wanted to help Hadar to straighten her hair. It starts with good. And then people found wrong with it. People tried to convince him that is bad. That is bad. There is lack of good, lack of good, lack of good, lack of good. And the more you believe that there is lack of good, the worse he got. Hitler didn't become bad in day one. When he went out of his mom, when he was born, he didn't say, first of all, Heil Hitler, let's kill all the Jews. That's not what he says. Not in day one. So bad is the absence where good once stood. Bad is what was good, but fell away, waiting, even if forever, to find itself someday. So the basic idea is that regardless of how bad things are, if something is missing here, if one of these goods or more is missing, which is bad, this puzzle will wait even if forever, until you will bring it back. So you have a job, and if you did not bring your good here, it will wait forever for you, and you will reincarnate and reincarnate and reincarnate and reincarnate and reincarnate until you will realize that's what your job is. And the game is that everything will tell you not to give the good, but to give the bad. Need to close the cycle, yes. Everyone with me? Any creation that lost its pair, its matching good, its sacred share, will start to falter, dim, go bad, and always stray, until that missing good returns its way. So any creation, if you did something, if you are the creation of God, and if you lost the pair, which means you need to remove this bad, you need to remove this bad, this is your pair, this is the matching good. If you do that, you will start to go bad, and you will stray, and the jail will become your home. Good with what missing here in the picture. So you've got the good in you, and your pair is where it's coming. So you've got this puzzle, and you need to feed this thing. You need to give it to the world. You need to contribute it to the organization. You have a product to bring. Are you with me? You really have to understand the responsibility. Life is a game, a cosmic spark, where each soul holds the glowing arc. Each soul holds its glowing arc. Each one have a major responsibility, regardless of where you are on the organization chart, because without you, no one will be free. Do you understand the size of responsibility? Without you, no one will be free. You cannot free yourself. You cannot free yourself without freeing everyone else. If you don't coerce, if you don't help everyone to bring their parts of good, there will not be peace. On one side stand each sacred name, bearing godly particles, fuel for the game. On the other side lies the bars of the cells, the physical universe that traps and make life hell. So you can either contribute to the freedom of man, or you are actually contributing to hell. From the lack of good, from light gone dim, where godly sparks no longer swim, these jail's bars are forged from what's flowed, from gifts withheld, withdrawn, or clawed. So if you don't give your gifts to this physical, to these beings here, to this game, you are actually actively building the bars. They are built from the good that we delayed, from help withheld, from truth betrayed. And what is the cure? The good in me and you combined is what we need by God's design. The good in me and you combined, not alone. You cannot do it alone. No one can do it alone. Is what we need, but God designed. So if you don't invest in you, if you don't get the knowledge to bring the good, if you continue to operate on fake realities, if you continue to have problems, if you are not succeeding in life, you not betray yourself. You betray God. You betray life. Only united can wrong be undone. Only together can freedom be won. The godly sparks in every soul combine, fulfill a sacred role. They turn the bad to good, ignite, and crack the bars to end the night. That's what we are after. No matter how strong, no one can undo the bad alone. Those jail bars are composed of bad particles that yearn for the matching good to return. So together, they can confront what the bad alone cannot face. As only together can the bar be as is, erased. Every time you do your job, every time you complete part of the puzzle, every time you give part of your gift, every time you don't criticize, every time you love, despite the invitations to do otherwise, every time you produce instead of creating deaf tea or instead of creating noise, every time you bring good, every time, you're not helping only you. you're helping all beings, you're helping God. Only when all the bad is turned to good and godly particle stands where the darkness once stood, then and only then will be free. Bad will vanish completely. So long as your gift remains confined and godly sparks are left behind, you are a criminal, no more a man. For you withhold what only you should, what you can. Yeah, it's really more important than anything, more important than money, more important than cars, more important than anything. More important than anything, but you really been miseducated to such a degree that your current problems are much more important than your future degree. It's really crazy. Those gifts, those sparks are yours, but only to give. The give is your power, your reason to live. You see, most people want to get, most people want to get. Most people trying to get, but actually those gifts, those sparks are yours, but only to give. The gift is your power, your reason to live, given by God to be shared, not stored, held back. They are a theft you cannot ignore. The only way for you to have is if you give those gifts. Only way for you to have is if you give those gifts. It is like I give you a meal to give to those with none so they can live, and you keep them. Make excuses. They didn't ask like those that are hungry. Didn't ask. You had no time to lose. You couldn't find them. You were shy, watching Netflix, tired, or passing by. You thought they wouldn't want that plate. Or maybe you just made them wait. You judged the food was not enough, or fear that sharing would be tough. Are you with me? All the excuses of why you're not giving. So you've been given those meals, you've been given those goods to give, and you're withholding them. So though no words from you were said, you stole the food, you stole the bread. Do you agree? Do you see? When you don't give the gift that God gave you to the world, you steal the food. You, regardless of how old you are, regardless of where you are, regardless of what you do, regardless of what you have these gifts from God, and you have to give them now, or else, believe me, you will stay bald for a long time. Now, if you've not 100 meals to give, but 100 million pills that help life live, that will save mankind from extinction. So it's not that you give 100 meals. I'm talking about now 100 million pills that will save life, that will save mankind from extinction. You're not only a thief, but more severe, a mass murderer. It is clear. So what we are dealing with here, the level of responsibility, the level of non-confront of the average man in the street is criminal. It is really criminal. each one of your abilities, big or slight, each spark of good, each point of light that you don't use, that you don't give, is what's missing for all to live. And that's what's not real for you. You say the justification is, it's only me. I'm only one. No, 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 no. You are unique beyond every run. You are really gifted by God design. You understand? It's not just, it's not something that we can live without, or that you can live without. You can and should give good to all, and when you don't, you let them fall. You rob the future, steal the joy, destroy the soul, and send them back where no man is strong, to where all pain belongs, much longer than lifelong. It could be the pipe you didn't clear, the broken car you left in gear, the profit you refused to grow, the sickness you left free to flow, the pain you failed to ease or mend, the friendship you forgot to tend, the wealth you didn't help ignite, the truth you didn't bring to light. You are a thief, and that's the weight. That's the reason you don't feel that great. This is what you need to confront. That's what you need to confront. That's what we are doing. That's why we're doing the courses. That's why we're doing the study. That's why we're doing the processing. That's why we're doing the drills. That's why. What is the handling? What is the plan? That is why I invite you to heal the pain. That is why I created the healing by communication. That is why. That is why. No other plan. And that's why I invited all of you today, because you really need to understand what's on stake. You really need to understand the stakes. You really need to understand the game. You really need to understand that if you say, oh, I cannot do it, I cannot make it, I'm busy, I'm this, you've been doing that, you've been telling yourself that for many, 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 many years. It is time to change. Thank you. Too many years. Nothing should stop you now. Nothing. Okay. Thank you very much for attending. Thank you for participating. Thank you for Gali for helping with the English and making it understandable. And thank you for Anna for helping me with the design of the presentation. And thank you for the whole team in GP for an Empower that helping all the time, non-stop, but mainly. Thank you for bringing your presence to this org board, to this puzzle, to this game. Thank you. Because many can do it. Only few are actually doing it. And our job is to wake them up and to show them that they need to help. We will not be free without them. Okay. I love you. I will see you in Toronto. I'm going into dark mode as of tonight. No more communications, no more WhatsApp, no more anything. I'm disappearing. So unless if someone is about to die, you can call Gal and Gal know how to find me. Otherwise, I'm starting or I'm getting onto total 100% preparation of the seminar. I love you. I love you. I love you.